Virginia. Starting on the outside of him, making his first start of the week out of Live Oak, the car number 515 of David Markham. To the inside of row number 3, it's going to be Milton, Florida racer J.C. Wilson in car number 02. That's the orange car number 02. Mark Whitener, two-time winner last year in the WinterNationals, starts the 05 in the 6th spot. Starting in 7th then will be the car number 39J of Jimmy Elliott. Outside of him, the 7B of Seffner racer Jesse Brown. Rounding out the field, the car number 5 of Roderick Dykes from Smith Station, Alabama. And Jody Knowles in the car 66 will go in the 10th and final starting spot. All 10 cars for this heat event are on the racetrack and getting ready for the action. These are 10-lap preliminaries. There are 8 of them based on their qualifying groups. And as the East Bay Raceway Park pace truck makes its way off the racetrack, we keep an eye on the field down the back straightaway, led by the 41 of Travis Varnador with Nevin Gainey's car 17G on the outside. That car runs well on the outside. So let's see what we have as we roll into the start zone to get things underway. Heat 1 green. From the outside, Gainey in the 17 grabs the early spot with Travis Varnador giving chase second. On back in the field, Hardy to the inside, comes up. Third slide job, kicks it right up in front of Markham. Varnador on the inside takes advantage down into turn 1 as he's going to have a lead. Markham sideways off turn 2, back in 3rd spot. Gainey comes to the bottom and challenging with the 41 leading the way. Whitener on the move now, up into the 3rd position as he makes his way down the back straightaway in pursuit of the 41 of Travis Varnador leading the way. Nevin Gainey 2nd, Mark Whitener running 3rd. Varnador cranks it off turn 2 down the back straightaway. Battle now J.C. Wilson trying to hold off Kyle Hardy. Hardy in the 14 losing ground. Now comes back down to the bottom as he's going to try to make something happen. Well out of a transfer spot right now. Elliott in the 39 right behind that battle. We're halfway through this one. There you see the battle now taking shape between the 05 of Whitener. Here comes David Markham to the inside challenging 3rd. That's benefiting the leader Varnador as he's pulling away. Markham gets a run on Whitener, backs it off. 6 laps in the books. Your leader Travis Varnador. 2nd is Nevin Gainey. Markham slips up in turn 1. That's going to give Whitener in the white and blue 05 a chance to get away. Right now, the difference in this one, a little more than 1/10 of a second. Nevin Gainey just put up a 15.991 lap. But there's Travis Varnador up front. White flag for your race leader, Travis Varnador. Nevin Gainey rolling by 2nd. Mark Whitener in 3rd. Looks like that's how they're going to finish this one. Checkered flag is out, and the win will go to Travis Varnador. Field finishing up their activity in heat race number 1, first of 8 here. Top 2 drivers transferring into tonight's 30-lap A-Main. Top 3 car is going to take an extra lap to give the rest of the field a chance to exit off turn 1 as the turn 1 gate is now open. And cars will begin to exit the racetrack. Good indication right there as we saw some battling going on back in third spot between David Markham and Mark Whitener. Markham had been the victim of a Kyle Hardy slide job, but all of a sudden, Markham found new life and got around. All right, time now to take a look at this second heat event as they roll onto the back straightaway and fall in line behind the East Bay Pace Truck. Jeremy Shaw on the pole in the car number 1S. On the outside, it's Joe Denby's 27D. There you go, the car number 29 of Daniel Woody to the inside of row 2, and on the outside, TJ Britton in the 05. You have the 6 of Dylan Brown with the inside line, and Chuck Kimball, car number 5X, on the outside. Tyler Neal out of Paragon, Indiana, will go in the 7th starting spot with Daniel Dial in car 11. Starting in the 8th position. Joe Kump in car number 721 and Marty Carrier in the 83C. That rounds out the field for tonight's second heat event. Second heat event ready to roll on for this second night of action. WinterNationals crate racing USA style. We're ready to go green. Shaw on the outside. As he gets up there on the high side coming down from the pole, he's going to take the lead as 3-car battle in the back straightaway there. Working it out in turn 3. 20 of Neal finding his way behind the 6 of Brown. Here comes Britton in the 05 up to mix it up. Britton takes the inside line and he'll grab that position away. Field stretching out behind your race leader, Jeremy Shaw. It's the 27 of Denby running in the 2nd spot. 3rd is Daniel Woody. Brown now begins to move away in 4th and begins to hunt the 3rd place car. There you see the front 3 coming off turn 4. 3rd place Daniel Woody in the car 29. Found himself lapped down last night at the end of the 30-lap feature. Woody now almost a full straightaway behind Joe Denby's blue car number 27. And Denby riding up to the top here as they come down the front straightaway. We are looking at 4 laps in this one. Little puff of smoke from the 29 as he makes his way through turn 1. Giving chase back in the red number 6. That is Dylan Brown out of South Carolina. Joe Denby's car 27 rockets off into turn 1. Right ahead of him is your race leader, Jeremy Shaw out of Millport, Alabama. Jeremy Shaw grabbed the lead from the pole, and he is going to try to make the best he can of this one. Shaw kicks that right rear up as he enters into turn 1 and stretches out his lead. Meanwhile, there's a challenge for 2nd. Denby's got company now as Shaw will roll through turn number 4. Now, right behind the 2nd place car is Daniel Woody. As the leader gets into lap traffic, Marty Carrier right there in front of him. Woody starts to back off a little bit. The leader gets by the 83 car, the blue 27 still holding on to 2nd. Woody in the 29 trying to gain ground late stages of this one. In fact, your race leader off turn 4 is about to see the white flag. 1 lap left to go in this. Still 2nd is Denby in the blue 27. Daniel Woody running in 3rd. Leader once again in lap traffic, ducks down to the bottom. No problem there. He'll skate up in the middle of turn 3 and roll on to the checkered flag. Your winner is Jeremy Shaw in car 1S. Good battle for second, but it's going to be Joe Denby picking up that second spot. And Woody's car showing a lot of smoke as he come off there. We saw a little wisp of it back on lap 6. But now, the idea as the car slows down, they may have some things to look at before he's ready for his B-main here tonight. Dylan Brown may be coming up to express to the driver that there is something amiss in case he's not figuring it out. Woody, by finishing third, will have to continue around the racetrack as the top 3 will make an extra lap before they head down to the technical building so that they can get scaled and checked out. 50-50 tickets on sale here tonight. Make sure you get your chance to be a winner. Here comes heat race number 3, ready for the action. On the pole, it's going to be the fast qualifier of the group, Brian Smith out of the gray Kentucky in the car number 7S. On the outside of him, heat race winner last night, the car 38 of Garrett Mosley. Row 2 to the inside, Kennesaw, Georgia racer in the 22T of Tim Clark. It's Corey Hedgecock, the 29-year-old Tennessee racer in car number 23. From Ohio, the 41C of Jim Couch, second-generation racer Brendan Smith in the 17SS. Zachary Kane out of Washington, Pennsylvania, starts inside row 4 with Ray Cicerelli in the 8th starting spot. Final row will line up with Matt Herlong in car number 131 from nearby Valrico, Florida, and all the way from Del Mar, Delaware, the car number 80 of Ben Scott. This is heat race number 3. Heat race number 3 is ready for the action as they're in turn 3. Front row in good shape right there with Mosley outside and Smith to the inside. We look at a green. On the inside, Brian Smith takes advantage. Now watch the charge up from third. The 22T of Tim Clark making his move. His drivers finding their way around on this first lap. Your leader is the 7 of Brian Smith. Garrett Mosley runs second in the third spot. The 22 of Clark. Hedgecock is fourth in the 23. There you see Hedgecock's 23 flashing by the stand. He's got to pursue the 22. Meanwhile, he's got his own activity coming as the 17 SS of Brendan Smith tries to close up from behind. Smith to the inside now, challenge for fourth position. He's going to have a run, and into turn 1 he takes it. Here comes Couch in the 41. He's going to try to scoot past Hedgecock, who has trouble up high. And so Couch is going to pick up a position as well. It's going to move Corey Hedgecock back into 5th. Hedgecock started his season just a couple of weeks ago. Across the state over in Volusia. We are looking at the halfway mark here for Brian Smith. Brian Smith trying to get back into the A-main after a run last night. Now, problem for the 49 of Cicerelli. He can't get that car to do what it needs to do, and what it needed to do was go in the infield And it's not going to do that. It's going to go to turn one. Down on the inside. Now he's beneath the barriers. Made an exit road out of something we didn't think was an exit road. But the eventual destination is the infield, and that's where he ended up. As Brian Smith now didn't want to see a yellow, he doesn't. He sees 2 to go. There's that battle between Clark and Brendan Smith. That's for third. Brendan Smith getting a good run down the back straightaway, and he'll move up into that position as the white flag comes out for the leader. Brian Smith leading over Garrett Mosley with the Brendan Smith 17SS coming up. Brian Smith on his final 2 turns. He'll roll into turn 4 and see what he wants to see. The checkered flag, the win goes to Brian Smith. Well, that was definitely a tough race for the 23 of Corey Hedgecock, that veteran having some problems, especially over in turn 2, so they'll take their notes back down to the pit area and get things figured out for their activity in B main number 2. So there'll be 4 B mains here tonight, and these cars will be in B main number 2. Cicerelli in that 49 continues to have steering issues, so he's going to take it back, and they're going to take a look at that rack, see what's going on. Here's the lineup for the 4th heat event. Logan Roberson in the car number 22 on the pole. On the outside, Jason Welshin in the car number 01. Row 2 to the inside, the 18B of Mark Fleischer with the car number 7 of Andy Nesworski. The next row will line up with the 10H of Caden Honeycutt with Chris Bragg in the 24B on the outside. Jack Riggs, the car number 81J, joined by Dwight Smith Jr. in the 14 Junior. Derek Shaw's car 27. And we understand Blake Creech is going to race. He did not qualify, but he is out there on the racetrack. The Richmond, Indiana racer, Blake Creech, on the track. So we should see a full field of 10 for this one. If you happen to have lost a cell phone here tonight, it may be in the possession of our state trooper down there in turn 1. So if you have lost your cell phone, you'll need to go talk to him, lower your head, and say, please may I have my cell phone? Or just ask for it. He's a nice guy, in theory. Race control telling the field they need to double up behind the pace truck to get set for this event. 4th heat race. So far, all 3 heat races have been won by the driver on the pole position. So the question becomes, can anybody break that chain? Tanner Cobb did last night as he ended up winning his heat race from outside the front row. All eyes on the field. Into turn 3 they go. Watching them off the hill there as well. 10 cars to go the distance, 10 laps. A little early, green flag. All right, well, you see those cones down there in turn 4? Well, apparently the lead car didn't, because you have to pass by that first one and do something before you get to the second one, but not before and definitely not after. Let's try that again, see what happens. Field ready to go. And here we go. Welshing on the outside, going to try to make something happen, but Roberson now that he's straightened it up, he's got it by half a car length. They go into turn 3 as they battle back in the field. Your leader is going to be Logan Roberson's car 22. Welshing problems up the racetrack he goes. That opens up the door for the 7 of Nesworski. So Nesworski slides up into the second spot. Trouble for Bragg in the 24B. He was sideways but straightened it up. As the leader rolls down the back straightaway, keeping an eye on that battle for second and third. Nesworski in the 01 of Welshing. Bringing up Fleischer's 18. Welshing had his sights set on that transfer position. Nesworski just out of it last night. The 81J of Jack Riggs nearly around. As your race leader rolls off with 4 laps complete. Keeping it down on the bottom, trying to make that work. Welshing lost a lot of ground that time coming off turn number 2. There's the leader at the halfway mark. The car 22, Logan Robertson. Sailing down the back straightaway and on his way into turn 4 once again. Car continues to drift up at the middle of the straightaway. Still has plenty of room to avoid the wall. Nesworski's got his hands full right now in that second place battle. You see the 7 car leading the way as the 01 backs off a little bit. He was much closer last lap. So Andy Nesworski trying to hold on with that 7. Our Iowa representative trying to hold back a Tennessee racer. Field has seen the 2 laps to go, and this time by. Look out, problems as the leader makes it inside of the 317, and they make contact. That may have spooked the second and third place cars a little bit. But your leader heads down into turn 3. Welshing's got one more chance. He's going to try to get to the bottom, but not going to make it. Second place will go to 4th starting Andy Nesworski. So the pole sitter magic doing it once again as the winner of heat race number 4 comes off that pole position after one bad start. We had to get things lined up once again, and we're able to get things done. Field already coming onto the racetrack now as the top finishers make their way off. This is the lineup for heat race number 5.